Hello family, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are learning integration of products. So now I want to talk about integration of products. So you see something like this. To integrate f of x multiplied by g of x dx. So that means you have two products, right? Just like under derivative that you can have your, remember you can have your you can have two products and you can be asked to obtain the derivative. That's when you have represent one as u, represent one as v, then you use the product rule, that is u dv dx plus v du dx. Now all of that. So we also have products while doing integration, right? So when we have this, so what are we going to do? So now this integration of products, so the method we use is called integration by parts, right? So that is integration by parts. Integration by parts. So please remember that whenever we have integration of products, we make use of integration by parts. That is the method we use. So now how do we do integration by parts? So the first thing I'm going to do is, but I would like to, as I'm showing us the general method, I would like to also show us the example, like a concrete example, right? So let's have example here. So let's say we have integral of x raised to power 2 e raised to power 3x dx. So can you see that? So now we have two products, right? So the first thing we're going to do is that we let u to be f of x, right? Now when we differentiate u with respect to x here, so we have that is the u over the x equals to, so this gives f prime of x, right? So let the derivative of this be f prime of x, right? So from here we have that the u equals to f prime of x dx, right? So now what we can see from here, we can see that whenever we are choosing our u, right, from the two functions, whenever I want to choose our u, it should be the one that we can easily obtain the derivative, right? Okay, so let's take note of that. So coming here, actually we can easily obtain the derivative of x squared, also e raised to power 3x. But whenever we have a power of x like this and any other function, we usually choose x squared to be u. I'm sorry, the power of x to be u. So we are going to say let u equals to x squared. Now why do we choose power whenever we have this kind of function like a polynomial? Why do we choose this to be u? I said that u is the one that has to do with derivative. You have to obtain derivative of u, right? We differentiate u. So we know that when we differentiate u first time, second time, the power reduces, right? In fact, it becomes 0, right? Because when we obtain the first derivative of this, we have 2x. The second derivative, we have that will be 2. Then the third derivative, 0. So you can see that it disappears, right? So that is why we choose, whenever we have polynomial like this, we choose that polynomial power of x to be u, right? So let's take note of that. And then now this one is already u, right? Then what happens to g of x dx? That will be our dv. So we have that dv equals to g of x dx, right? Now this is dv, not v. So please take note that we didn't say that v equals to g of x dx directly. No, this is wrong, right? So these two functions that are going to pick, these two parts are going to pick, which is g of x dx. That will be your dv, not just v, right? So how do we get your v? That means you have to do something before you can get your v, right? So that means you have to integrate both sides. You integrate both sides. So this one with respect to v, this one is with respect to x on this side. So when you integrate dv with respect to so when you integrate like this, just like 1 here, right? So when you integrate this, you get v. Just like when you integrate the x, now you say it is x, right? Because this is 1, and you know that when we integrate a constant, it gives us x back, right? So we have v here. So v equals to the integral of g of x dx. So take note that when you are doing integration by parts, you are doing integral inside integral, right? So now v equals to this. So that means we have our v to be an integral. So when you're talking about your v is an integral, right? Okay, so coming here, Okay, I haven't done this one, so let me complete this part. So now we have this, right? So this implies that what? So this implies that the u equals to 2x dx, right? So you know, when I have the u over dx is 2x, then when I cross multiply, the u equals to 2x dx. So let's take note of that. Let me box that. Okay, and then so that means this part is u, right? And then this part will be dv, right? So we have that dv equals to what? E raised to power 3x dx. So that means to get v, we have to integrate both sides. So this implies that what? This implies that v is equals to the integral of this, which is what? Well, let me just write that first. 3x dx. So v is the integral of that. So that means v is equals to 1 over 3 e raised to power 3x, because that is the integral of e raised to power 3x, right? So now from here, now let's try this function in terms of u and v. So we have that f of x, we know that that is u, we represent it by u, right? And then g of x dx is now dv. So now this equals to, now the formula, now we're just talking about the formula. So let me write the formula. So this is the formula now. So when we are doing integration by parts, right? So this is the formula. So we have u dv equals to uv minus the integral of v du, right? So that means the integral of this, so that means we have that x squared e raised to power 3x dx, or maybe for maybe if you are writing exam, so it's good you write out the formula. You can just write that, okay, the integral of u dv is equals to u v minus the integral of v du. So maybe this you can hand some mark by writing out the formula, right? So that means the integral of x squared e raised to power 3x dx here equals to, so u is x squared, right? That is x raised to power 2, and v is 1 over 3 e raised to the power of 3x minus the integral of what v is again, that is 1 over 3 e raised to power 3x, then and then du, right? So du is 2x dx, so that is multiplied by 2x dx, right? So let's tidy this up. So we have 1 over 3 x squared e raised to power 3x minus, now so we can factorize out 2 over 3, that is 1 over 3 times 2, that is 2 over 3. Then we have the integral of x e raised to power 3x dx, right? So for what we have here, so we still have a problem here, right? So we are not done with this, so you still have to integrate this part, right? You still have to integrate that part. So to integrate that part, so I'm going to go through this process again. So that means we are going to say that, okay, let another u to represent this, right? And then this e raised to power 3x dx again be our dv, right? So we don't have any problem with that. Let's just follow the formula. So let us just write it out again. So we have that this equals to, so this equals to 1 over 3 x squared e raised to power 3x, right, minus 2 over 3. So I'm going to put this in a bracket. Everything I want to do here in a bracket, right? So now following the formula, we have that u is x, and our v will be the integral of what is here, right? I said it earlier, v is the integral, right? It's the integral of what we have there. So that means that v is the integral of e raised to power 3x. So if we get 1 over 3 e raised to power 3x again, then minus the integral of v, which is 1 over 3 e raised to power 3x, right, du, right? So du will just be ds, because we have that u equals to x now, right? That means du over dx is equals to 1, right? So that implies that when we cross multiply, that means du is equals to 1 times dx, which is dx. So du is what? 1 dx, that is du equals to dx. So du here is just dx, right? Then you can put this here. So we now have that this one equals to 1 over 3 x square e raised to power 3x minus 2 over 3. So before I expand the bracket, I want to simplify this one that we have here, the integral, before I expand the bracket. So I have this one, I can write it like 1 over 3x e raised to power 3x minus, I can bring 1 over 3 out, so that is 1 over 3. And then when I integrate, so well, let me just write it like this so that it can be. So this is 1 over 3, right? Then when I integrate this, so that means when I integrate e raised to power 3x, I get 1 over 3 e raised to power 3x. I don't want it to, to look confusing. That's why I'm trying to, write like that. So then we close our bracket. So since we are done with the integration, so I can add my the arbitrary constant c. I can add that, right? So now I'm going to expand the bracket, right? So I have this equals to 1 over 3 x square e raised to power 3x. Now, so when I multiply this, I have that is minus 2 over 9 x e raised to power 3x, and then minus times minus is a plus, right? So that is plus so 3 times 3 is 9, times this 3, 27. That is plus 2 over 27 e raised to power 3x and plus c, right? So that is the integration of so the integral of x square e raised to power 3x dx equals to this. Guys, thank you for staying through. So we come to the end of the video. If you like what you've seen, subscribe to my channel. Also comment, like and share this video to your loved one. So I love you guys. See you next time. Goodbye.